to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Hi, my name is Riti and I'm so excited that you're here. We're going to be doing our May TBR video, and I can't believe I'm saying this, like May TBR. When did May even arrive? So confused with how fast time is flying, but anyway, we're here doing the May TBR. I thought I would use my TBR prompter once again and get some prompts and get some books, and hopefully I can stick to my TBR this month. I really want to stick to my TBR because there's some books that I really want to buy and I feel like I can't buy it if I don't read some of what's on my shelf. So anyway, that's what we're going to do, is try and stick to the TBR. We're choosing 6 books this month and we'll see how many of those I can read this month, and yeah, that's kind of what we're going to do. Anyway, let's just get straight into the video. So I'm going to pick out 6 prompts as I usually do. Okay, let's see what we get for the first prompt, just mixing it up. Okay, got one. Let's see what it says. Book that everyone is talking about. Okay, that's kind of good. Something that has like a lot of reviews. Book that everyone's been talking about. I feel like the main ones that people have been talking about are Wild Love and Funny Story, which I've already read and absolutely enjoyed. So obviously I'm not going to reread those right now, but I've been seeing a lot of people talk about Beartown, and I picked this up at like a thrift store very randomly, and I know it's very beloved. It's sort of more like a contemporary fiction or like literary fiction about this like town that relies on hockey as like their main source of income or tourism in the town. It's like a very isolated town, something like that. So that's kind of all I know about it, but I've seen this make the rounds again, especially now that I'm on Bookstagram. If you don't follow my Bookstagram, make sure you do. It's at Riti's Bookmarks on Instagram, so that would mean so much to me. But yeah, I've heard so many things about this one, so I want to give this a go. I feel like it's not new, but it's something that I've seen pop up really frequently recently, so I feel like it's something everyone's talking about. So this is the first book on our TBR. How fun. All right, second prompt. I hope we get something fun. I'm like in a very romancy mood, so I'm trying to like read something other than romance as well, because I can't just be reading only romance. Okay. Ooh, a book at the bottom of my TBR. Oh, that really like came straight for me, because what is at the bottom of my TBR? I honestly don't know. There's like definitely a lot of books that are on the bottom of my TBR because clearly I've been buying books instead of reading the ones I have. So, oh my god. Okay, let me think about it. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. I don't know when I got this book, like sometime last year. I have no idea why I have not read this since. I've read a new series by Lauren Asher, which is the Love Redesigned series, which is like the Lakefront Billionaires, something like that. That's like set in like a small town, and I really enjoyed it. That was like super random of me to read that one first, which is her new release this year. So I have no clue why I have not read this, and I've heard so many things about it. Like I heard so many things last year. I feel like I should read this. Like I have had it for a while. It's basically been at the bottom of my TBR. I don't think I've ever even included it in a TBR video for some reason. So I think I'm gonna read this. Well, there's like 3 billionaires, like each of the books in the series, which is 3 books in the series. I think they're all brothers, and the grandpa has left something in their will for each of them to complete before they can inherit like parts or inherit in general, like the Dreamland place, which is like a Disney World. I'm not really sure. It's something like that. So I know there's been like a few like fake dating, fake marriage, things like that, those kind of tropes. It sounds pretty fun, so let's just read this because yeah, it's been at the bottom of my TBR, so it'll be hopefully fun. We'll see how I feel. All right, third prompt. Let's see what we get. Okay, I got book that is a 1-word title. I have no idea. I don't think I have any that are like 1-word titles. Okay, I don't think I have any with a 1-word title, so I'm going to choose another prompt. Okay, I got one that says book with flowers, trees, leaves on the cover. I guess one of those things. Books with flowers, trees, or leaves on the cover. It's so specific. Love in Other Words, because it's got like trees on it. That's a possible option. I think what else has trees, leaves, or flowers on there? We could do How to End a Love Story, because it's got like little palm trees on it, maybe. Or I could do Crimson Moth, which is like a new fantasy that's come out, and I really do want to read this one. I have no idea which one to choose. No idea. I feel like I'm going to read Crimson Moth this month because I want to read that for like a video, so I think I'm just going to keep that as like my TBR in general. So I'm just going to choose between these 2. Heard incredible things about this one, but it's a new release, so I can wait a little bit. This one's also been at the bottom of my TBR, I'm not gonna lie. I've not read it since I got it, and I've heard so many good things about this one. I feel like when people have gotten back into reading, this is like one of the books that they like gravitated towards and they really enjoyed it. So I really kind of want to read it. So which one do I go for? Oh my god, why is this like making me feel like it's the toughest decision ever? Okay, you know what guys, I think I'm gonna do Love in Other Words purely because it's been on my TBR for so long and I just want to knock it off my TBR, and like I just want to read it. Like I've heard so many things about it and I'm curious to see if people who read it like maybe like 2 years ago when they first got into booktube, or like, you know, first got back into reading as an adult, will they like this still? I'm kind of curious because a lot of people have said this is like their 5-star book. I'm just very curious about that. So I think I'm gonna add this to my list. I am really intrigued by this one and I definitely want to read it, but I think I just want to like, yeah, read this one quickly this month. Okay, we've got 3 more prompts to go. Okay, we've got books set in a magical place. I really don't have any fantasies with me right now. I don't really know. I'm just gonna add Crimson Moth to my TBR, even though I did say like it's kind of already part of my TBR in my head. I think I'm just gonna officially add it to my TBR. It's definitely a fantasy because I think she's a witch. Something happens in their world and witches have been shunned, so she like parades as like a socialite, but she has like a mission that she's trying to do, and then there's a witch hunter. So she's a witch vigilante who rescues other witches from being like shunned and killed. And she runs into the handsome Gideon Sharp, who is a unforgiving witch hunter loyal to the revolution. I feel like it's fun little enemies to lovers. Heard some things about this. I'm gonna add this to my TBR. It doesn't really say what it's set in, but because it's fantasy, I'm gonna just assume it's probably a magical setting. Anyway, next prompt. Okay, the next one I have is an author you've never read, and I've definitely got a lot of authors here that I've definitely not picked up anything from. We've got Becca Mack, LJ Shen, Parker S. Huntington? That's right. Got, who else have I not read? Mia Sosa. Got Chloe Walsh, because I got Binding 13 recently. You can't, oh, can you see that? It's right there. So that might be one. Talia Hibbert. We've got a few like mystery ones, mystery authors. Got, what else do we have? V. Schwab. Not read anything by her. A bit random, but I'm gonna go with The Fake Mate because I really want to read it. I've read Bride and I really enjoyed it. Like it was fun. It was her, I think, Ali Hazelwood's first like paranormal like kind of romance. I enjoyed it. It was like a fun silly goofy time, and I like want to read this because I feel like it's gonna match up to it. I'm pretty sure they're both werewolves, something like that, but they're doctors, so I think it's set in the modern world and it's got fake dating involved, so sign me up. So I think that's the book I'm gonna read this month. Just an author I've never read before. I've never read anything by Lana Ferguson. I don't actually know what else. Oh, she's written The Nanny. Okay, cool. I've never read The Nanny, so I'm intrigued by this. So I think I'm gonna add it to my TBR. So the last book that we have on our TBR for May. Let's see what the prompter gives us. Ooh, this is kind of a good one. Book that you think will be a 5-star read. I have no clue. I have literally no idea. See, like I kind of think Binding 13 might be a 5-star read for me because I started it a little bit on my Kindle, just like the sample, just to see if I'd like it before I bought it, and I really enjoyed it. Like I was vibing with it. But I also have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which I know everyone loves and everyone who's read it like has really enjoyed it. I feel like that would be a 5-star prediction. And The Love Story, that is also something I've seen a lot and I feel like it's right up my alley. I might also give that 5 stars. So I really don't know. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? I'm gonna add this to my TBR. I'm gonna add this to my TBR, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I have no idea how I'm gonna feel. Like, I'm really intrigued by this. I think this follows Addie, who has made a deal with the devil that she'll basically live immortally. No one is gonna remember her. So she has all these like experiences in different time periods, but no one remembers her until one day someone does remember her, and like that's basically when the chaos ensues. That's kind of like all I know. So I think I'm gonna read this because I'm really curious about it. Like I'm just excited to read this, and I've heard so many good things about V. Schwab, and I'm just so, yeah, I'm intrigued by this. So I think this is the one I'm gonna add to my TBR. Okay, that's all the books that I'm gonna choose for May. I have a fun TBR for May. These are all the books that I've got. Okay, these are all the books that the TBR prompter chose for me in May. We've got a lovely little stack of 6 books. We've got The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, Fake Mate by Lana Ferguson, Crimson Moth, which I think is also known as The Heartless Hunter in America. And then we've got Love in Other Words.
the fine print. And then we've got Beartown, which I feel like this is a fun stack. I feel like this is a stack I've never had before, where like they're completely different genres. We've got like, I think this is like magical realism, but also like literary fiction. This is like paranormal romance, I guess. This is a fantasy. This is just like a YA romance. This is like an adult romance or a young adult. I think it's an adult romance. And then Beartown is like contemporary fiction or literary fiction, which I don't know which one it is. But I feel like this is a pretty fun, interesting stack of books. So I'm super excited to read these ones this month. I really hope, because it's like so diverse, I'm gonna stick to my TBR this month. But you guys will see in my wrap up at the end of the month what I do. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like this video and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It would mean so much to me. And that's all I've got. I love you guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.